Hey everyone, D-Dub Squizzy here, and welcome back to Civ 3. Alright, we're getting ready. Well, not really yet. We're still trying to consolidate all of our stuff. Pretty soon here, though, we're going to be getting ready to launch our assault on the Romans. But I think, I'm hoping we'll have them taken out this episode. At least at some point during it. Everyone should be very happy. Through my wisdom and foresight as a leader, I managed to end the war that's gripped this continent for a while now. Build infantry. It really is probably quite pointless to bother building civil defenses. I doubt I'm ever going to need them. But I figure it can't really hurt. You never know, they might be useful. Wow. Man, that's a lot of corruption. Let's see. Yeah, I get a courthouse. Yeah, this one's already got both of those. Okay. Yeah, I got a marketplace over here. That'd make them much less susceptible. How long has that been there? It'd make them less susceptible to disorder on the islands. Getting extra happy faces. That many extra happy faces could be a pretty big deal. Okay, let's see. Where'd that frigate go? There he is. 2-2. Yeah, attacking him. Unlikely to be super successful, but let's give it a go. You know, why have pirates if you're not going to try? Yeah, that's the typical outcome. Oh, and he leveled up. Hooray. The computer does like to mass produce its frigates. Right. Yeah, you're working on these irrigation spots that we need to fix. How many people it takes to get over a mountain? I'm pretty sure I had some of those people focused on going to the mountain here. Okay, no, it does take some more. So what are we looking at here? 3 regular, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Okay, so basically 6 regular workers worth. Yeah, so they'll have it done in 2. Alright, let's get the rest of these things railroaded. No one can work that thing, can they? Nope. So the mine there is pretty pointless. Oh. An Iroquois galley at the top of the world. Why are 3 of them here? Hold on. And why are 7 of them here? What did I have them doing exactly? Okay, so these people can lay down 2 tracks at a time. Now that... Go here, actually. Alright. A couple more of these are about to be done with their civil defenses. Awesome. Yep, get combustion. And then I think we'll go flight, then down to motorized transportation, and I'll grab amphibious war. Advanced flight, I'll probably get at some point, but it's not super important. The radar towers are frustrating because when the computer gets them, it gives you a 25% attack and defensive bonus as long as you're within 2 spaces of it. And that can be significant for something like a... where is it? Is it in rocketry? No, it's not. Computers, there we are. Mech infantry, which have an 18 defense. So a fourth of that, what even is that? It's like 4 or 5. Well, because 9's half, but 9 doesn't really go in half. I don't know whether they round it up or down, but it's 4 or 5. So that becomes like 23 with that. If you have that in a high population city, which if they have mech infantry and radar towers, they probably have a bunch of high population cities, then you're probably looking at between like a 34 or in the 40s level of actual defensive capability, which is a nightmare, because even the strongest straight-up attacking units only have a 24 attack. If you have one of them on an open plain with nothing but a radar tower, it'll still outmatch you by a pretty significant margin. And, yeah, it can definitely be pretty rough, because the enemies are almost never on your territory in any numbers that matter. Fortunately, that's pretty far down the line, and they usually don't even get that far. So I don't think I have to worry about it too much. Now, I believe I should stop building cavalry, just in general. Right, I was going to build infantry for my invasion forces. I might as well build coastal fortresses. They have no maintenance cost, and it's something to build. Yeah, get a stock exchange. You can build an infantry. Where's the infantry? Oh, at the top. You keep building privateers. You know, I got those 2 producing infantry. I think I'm going to change Adana there. You're not going to be building infantry. You can build ironclads. Okay. So these people are about done with the railroads. One more turn and all of these places will be connected up. That's also a forest. Yeah, go ahead and throw a road down. Okay, so I got like 3 sets of people who can build railroads here. even work that? Oh, that is 2 away. Yeah, that city can work it. The computer's generally pretty good at only putting improvements in a place where it'll be significant for them. So it struck me as odd, because I thought I noticed that one out of place. But I was wrong. Okay, just go ahead and throw a road on this. It's the last hill. I'm not going to bother calling him into port, because it won't really matter. Yeah, this part of the game, things definitely do slow down a bit. Especially because I'm not trying to optimize everything perfectly. I've just never been that kind of... never played a game that way. Most games that way. Some games have a surprisingly fun optimization gameplay, basically. Which can catch you off guard, because in most games, optimization is just a grind. And it makes the game easier, but... yeah, that's about it. That place doesn't have a... no, it just finished an aqueduct, didn't it? And yet it isn't growing. Yeah, it's gone. No, it doesn't have an aqueduct. Get an aqueduct. Not what I wanted. No, I guess just do that. Actually, I could pull them back to cities that are a bit more productive. Like these ones. They can work their way up. Okay. 4, 8... and then another set of 3. So I could set those 3 on irrigation duty. And these ones... how many do I have? Okay, so we can set down 2 more railroads a turn. If I were the rest of the world at this point in the game, my whole focus would shift to this nation. Like no matter who I was playing at this point, I would either be going to war with and seizing entirely all of my neighbors who I could defeat, or I'd be forging alliances with them. Because something of this size you think would be an existential threat. I guess the game doesn't usually think in terms of warfare. That's something that... so I'm not a fan of the... I forgot I had him here. I'm not a fan, for the most part, of the newer Civ games. Which is why I'm playing Civ 3. I've played them, I just didn't really enjoy them much. But one thing that I did find interesting was different nations behaved differently. Which seems like it should be pretty obvious, but it's something a lot of strategy games overlook. You know, you play something like Age of Empires, or Rise of Nations, or Civilization, and in most of them, the people, they have different attributes, different things that make them competent or dangerous or give them certain advantages, but they don't really act unique. You know, the behavior of the AI is mostly the same. And you learn pretty fast playing like Civ 6. That is not the case in those games. Everyone acts completely different. That could definitely throw you off. I don't know, it's just interesting to me. Alright. I'm gonna give... That guy's an elite. Kinda wanna pull him off that space. Hold on. Where was he? There. Once the ship is in position, we'll launch our attack. I should probably have someone garrison that little spot. Keep them from going through there. It seems rather petty, but I don't like them existing in my territories. That bothers me. And I can't just kick them out the moment they arrive. Pollution on a mountain. That's gonna be rough. Alright, get a cathedral in there. More pirates. You can never have too many defensive units. They have a hospital here? Oh, you need a population above 6 to build a hospital, don't you? Yeah, if you're not a big enough city, you don't have access to medicine. Alright, yeah, let him get a hospital there. Man, that place still doesn't even have a barracks. If someone attacks this island, they are completely doomed. 2 turns is better than nothing. They still haven't expanded far enough to take over this spot. If I were the Incan or the Mayans, I'd plop a city right there. It wouldn't matter, it'd get culturally overtaken, but it'd be frustrating. Yeah, combustion is generally, like, I think the biggest roadblock the computer hits when it comes to technologies. They reach the industrial age, and they can get pretty far if you give them enough time, but I've only had 1 or 2 civilizations actually make it to combustion. And I know that because I would communicate with them a lot, and every time I did, that'd be the one thing they were missing. Okay, we're in position. We're at war now. Yeah, let's go ahead and hit this one. These guys early. I want to save as much of the movement off of my cores as possible. The Romans might be kind of rough. I mean, now, not really rough, but they might give us some actual losses, because they're a militaristic society, so their people usually will fight a little better. Or level up faster, so if they kill someone, then you gotta go through the hit point. I'm just glad they're small. Militaristic countries are a handful. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to get them this turn. At least I don't think. Interesting, you do still have a movement. I wasn't sure if mountains consumed it all or not. Okay, let's try a different approach. This'll work. Looks like they don't even have roads connecting this thing. turn this city into something real. I guess it does have a harbor. So they haven't felt the need to connect it by a road network? That's weird. The computer generally, it's got workers right here, cutting through swamp and irrigating, or removing pollution on a volcano. These are low priority things when you still have cities that are not connected by roads. Yeah, just stay there for now. I think the volcano gives us the best vantage point. I have a couple crusaders. Why don't you run out and snatch this guy? I think he's the only worker unaccounted for. Okay. I just took a look down at our money. We're pretty rich. I haven't really been paying attention. I think Wall Street has been paying off in dividends. You guys meet up at Tarsus. One more turn, I'll get combustion, and I can turn my galleons into transports, which are awesome. Okay, before figuring out what the rest of you are doing, no, there's no way he can make it there. I can definitely, unless Rome has more than 3 people, I can definitely get them this turn. They might have more than 3 people. Oh wow, their cultural influence somehow extends to that mountain. That's mean. Establishing railroads through a bunch of hills is a nightmare. I can understand why Rome didn't get very big. They start on the tiniest, most useless peninsula, and then find themselves completely surrounded by mountains and hills. It makes it almost impossible to grow, which means you can't send out settlers faster than your expansionist neighbors. I mean, you have America and Egypt around you. That's a bad setup. I think America is industrious commercial. I can't remember, but Egypt is an expansionist nation, so they grow quickly. I think I'm getting a large enough fleet, I should turn off my automatic moves. But the reason I have the pirate fleet is so that I can see everything out in the waters. I can't really do that if all the automatic moves are turned off. If I get here, does it consume all my movement? Yep. Yeah, none of you can reach this, right? No, no one can get the worker. So he'll probably die. I'm gonna amass all of my captured workers here for the time being. I'm not going to bother going up here. I don't feel like going through the swamp. They'll establish a road network over here. Or I could just... oh, right here. That's much better. Oh, wait a minute. I just messed up. I'm not very smart, apparently. That content labor there looks terrifying. Just hurry that temple, we can get that out of the way. Yeah, let's grab this. Wow. Man, if he repelled all of my people here, that'd be about the most frustrating thing he could do. Because we would have no choice but to sit in the jungle and try to heal up over a long period of time. Alright, the ship can stay here too. Okay, next turn we should have the last of Rome. Oh, that guy didn't move in. Sweet. We have combustion. Let's get flight going. And get the courthouse. I'd be pretty mad at my people from the last city that I had if they just gave in to the invaders just like that. Just resistance in the capital city ends immediately. Okay, so now we have destroyers and, we don't have battleships, we have cruisers, that's it. No, the person... Man, I hate that. How it keeps on... It just insists on having me do the things in the order that it wants. Oh, it's already done? Huh. Oh, that was the Roman worker. That makes sense. Okay, yoink that guy. Now let's finish them off. Alright. That's our first nation wiped off the map. Two of them are supposed to remain behind. Just having moved them out of order. These are the road people. They can continue their work. My goal at the moment is just to irrigate all of the workable desert. Oh, right. I can do that now. $37 gold to upgrade these things. call that guy back. And this one can upgrade. I think I'll leave 2 cavalry on this island. I'm not going to bother getting any infantry or anything like that. But just in case of invasion, then I have someone to counterattack. I wonder where this thing was working that provided it more food. How'd it get to 3 people if it... Oh, the fish. That'd be how. Don't rename Antium. Okay, let's just get all of these temples finished as soon as possible. And then we'll have to establish our roads. Yeah, I'll connect up these cities right here. I'll stop building privateers eventually. You know, I have to wonder, what do frigates... do they upgrade into anything? They don't. If you have frigates and you get things like battleships and cruisers, those just become obsolete. I feel like they should upgrade into something. I'm also of the mind that privateers should turn into submarines, but the game sees it differently. Submarines don't get the sneak attack thingy, or not sneak attack, the attack type, I don't even know, what do you call that thing? Whatever they call it, where you can attack the people and they don't know who's attacking them. The lack of nationality markers, that thing. Submarines don't get that. I thought they did for a while, but they don't. And so I guess they want to keep privateers in the game so that whatever time period you're in, you have that option. I was kind of frustrated when I was playing the Byzantines, and they have those awesome ships, the Dromons, in the Ancient Age. But the moment that you get, like, frigates and carracks, or is it caravels? Whatever it is, those things turn into those, and they're worse. They're just a worse version. Like, the Dromons are awesome. And then they saddle you with these trash ships, and don't let you... I think that every civilization should be able to make its special unit whenever it wants. That's how I see it. Actually, build a worker. He's going to chop down this jungle and then this marsh, and we're going to make something of this island. Nine movement. Destroyers are awesome. 12 attack. You get those things early on, they're a terror. Not. Man, the misclicks are frustrating. Oh, I put them on railroad duty. I'd meant to have them irrigate. I think I keep doing that to those guys specifically. Okay. 2 of you are getting offloaded here. Oh, they've already established that road right there. They still only have a 2 defense, but 7 movement and I think a 6 carrying capacity. Yeah, that means they can transport my armies. That's a big deal. How many do I have here? I have 8. It's enough for 2 roads. If I have 1 more, I can complete the set down here, and the Roman Peninsula will be all properly railroaded up. Yeah, just go right through the darkness. Find a nearby city and stay there. Or at least upgrade. 5 movement is not a lot. Frankly, that thing was only out there because I didn't have my privateer fleet earlier. So whenever we gotta get around to invading the other continent, I think we're definitely going to want to hit Carthage first, seize that peninsula, and use that to launch the rest of our invasion. But I'm going to want a very large amount of tanks, and we'll probably launch the invasion from the Roman peninsula. That's a ways off, of course. I have to seize the rest of my mainland and consolidate the couple islands that are still not mine. I think there's only 2 left. Just this one and this one, and I can strike them with impunity because neither of... oh, and that thing. Neither of those 2 are Mayan or Iroquois, which are the 2 other large powers over here. The issue is this stupid jungle. He's not building roads or chopping this down, which means I'm going to have to go through the jungle. Who knows? I might have, whenever I plan to invade, I might have these guys standing by just to move in, chop down one space, and throw down a road. Okay, so we have the 3 Romans here. I'm going to go ahead, put down irrigation here. I should probably have them chopping forests, actually. We'll see. Okay, everyone's got temples done and everything. Yeah. And once he's done finishing up with his tundra, he'll start making these hills awesome. Yeah, no, bank. Yeah. I could turn my little mainland into just a coastal fortress city. Everything that sails by just gets bombarded. This place already has a bank. Wow. I think it's the first city I've seen that already has a bank by the time I've reached it. Yeah, get a marketplace going. It's a shame I can't have that last shield here. Now, in the modern age, once you get the technology miniaturization, it changes things pretty dramatically. Oh, modern times. Right here. This gives you an offshore platform, which does what a harbor does, which gives an extra food every square. It just does it with a shield, which turns your islands and coastal cities into just, like, absurdly productive cities. Mass production gets us a commercial port, which does that with money. Every sea square produces extra commerce. So that one's pretty handy, too. Yeah, I think I'm probably going to get amphibious war before motorized transportation. I don't intend... No. You know what? Yeah, once I have infantry actually in all of these cities, and I will wait till I have them all properly, like, guarded with infantry, I'm just going to hit these people. Once I start getting tanks, I'll build up my invasion force for preparation to be sent over here. But I don't think I'm going to need tanks to deal with these suckers. They don't have a whole lot. They're getting saltpeter from someone, but I have no idea who. But even though they're pretty threatening as far as most of the world powers go, they don't have nearly as much as they could. There's this island, too, that I keep forgetting about. This place has a couple. It doesn't have everything it should yet. Taking the islands will be a lot easier once I get amphibious warfare. Because Marines, they really simplify that process. And I have 2 more of these jungles right here. Gonna have to set someone to chop those down. I think he's already properly irrigated most of the desert squares out here. Egypt did not, so I'm gonna fix that. There we go. Okay, let's grab you. Put him here. Rest of you, group up over here. I don't intend to invade from that position. Thought I clicked fortify on him. Down in the Mayan south area, this isn't where I plan my invasion to start. And most of his military's up here. But he could, like, I've seen him moving a lot of guys around down here. could probably hit here pretty hard. I'm gonna try to put a spy in his stuff and see what kind of guys he's got. Awesome. Let me try that in the other larger nations too. Beijing and England. You're the largest ones. Yeah, that one was caught. Now she's mad at me. If I do that again, she'll probably try to, not try to, she'll probably go to war with me. China still has 3 warriors. Well, they have riflemen. That's not good. And they're building privateers. So I know who's got those out there if I find more. Or any of them. 59 musketmen. 22 pikemen. 33 longbowmen. He's got a rifleman. I want to hit him now before he gets too many of those things, but I don't know, you move too early. Might make things a little worse than they need to be. I'm gonna grab this destroyer. No, I'll build a couple more, but I'm gonna send them out there. Oh boy, they might actually be troublesome to deal with. This. Keep working that space. Oh yeah, there's another one that he's adding in. My only consolation is he doesn't have coal. Or maybe he does have easy access to coal somewhere, he just doesn't yet have the technology for it. Which is a real possibility. There we go. Now I have all that land. Awesome. Let's put one on the canal. Alright, that should be enough privateers for any purposes I have. Wow, you can build a cruiser in 4 turns? This city's awesome. 3 turns with that space. That's pretty cool. Conditions in the surrounding marsh are unhealthy. You're telling me. I don't know why zooming to city helps. I can't do anything with this. People are going to die from disease. Alright, yeah, get an aqueduct. They finally have a barracks. Or have some barracks. I'm gonna need a destroyer, like, right there. This place actually... So I got, what, 2 building destroyers, 2 building cruisers. You don't build cruisers very fast. You go for transports. Alright, that's the last of my privateers now on search duty. I'm gonna find some positions to park these guys around Mayan territory. That way when I inevitably go to war with them, I'm on the lookout for any of their ships. Like I said, it should be a while before they get their hands on combustion technology. Okay. You... There we go. I believe it was you people that they had me select. I should put some more people on clearing out these jungles. How long will this take? 8, 4. Okay, we have 2 more that'll go on road duty. And you guys start chopping these down. I think it takes regular workers 2 turns, so they should probably do the same. It's gonna take him a while. But this army right here should be able to seize both of these islands, which will take them out of the picture and make my life easier. Pretty soon here, enemy ships will be flooding the oceans, because they'll start getting curious about what's out there, sending people to find out. It'll be pretty annoying when they do. But it's looking more and more like there's only one island on the other continent. And it's the one that's settled by the Babylonians and Scandinavians. So I get 1 transport of Marines. Right, I can send a transport with like 5 Marines and an infantry. They can seize this thing and drop 1 off. And then head over here so that when wartime comes, the rest of the Marines can take and then hold these cities. This is a nice area. I got 4 whales around this thing. It's mostly tundra, forest, and hills, but you chop down those forests, maybe throw up some... that is the same. 1, 3, 2... Is it better to have a forest on these instead of a mine? I thought it was pretty much the same. Oh Hold on, do I have tundra anywhere else I can examine? Okay, they're pretty much exactly the same. Okay, yeah, go for amphibious war. We have flight. There goes the Colossus, and about 20 gold a turn. But now we can build airports. And we're definitely going to do that. I don't have to worry about enemy planes. By the time they get any, assuming they ever do, it'll be far too late for them to make a big difference. But I will build my own bombers. Airports act pretty much like a barracks or a harbor, as far as military goes. Actually, they act exactly like a harbor in every respect except for the food square thing. They build a chain that you can trade stuff through, and they instantly heal garrisoned planes and build them at veteran level instead of regular. For anyone who's not aware of how planes work in this game, it's definitely, it's weird, kinda. Bombers have an effective range around them. They have to station in either an airbase, which my workers can now build with this command right here. And I think it consumes a worker to build one of them, much like a colony or an outpost. But they have to either be stationed at an airbase or a city, and from there they'll have an effective range, so regular bombers have an operational range of 10. So they can, up to 10 squares away, bomb a location. They have a rate of fire on them, which is, so this one's 3 with a bombard of 12. So you picture it like the attack is 12, basically, and when they hit someone, that number is rolled against their defense, just as if you were attacking them 3 times. And so you might do nothing, you might hit them 3 times. Depending on the defense, it'll be better or worse. Their defense only matters in relation to fighters, which can bomb in the same way, but as you can see, they're not designed for it. They have an attack, and their whole purpose is you can have them run air missions. What's it called? It's like air interception or something like that, where for their whole effective range, they will try to shoot down any planes that bombard within their radius. And then it's their attack against the bomber's defense. That's how that works. Alternatively, I don't know exactly how it's calculated, but there's an anti-air defense that flak cannons, any city that builds the surface-to-air missile improvement, which is a modern age thing, and a number of modern ships, they all have anti-air built into them. So if a bomber bombs a square that contains one of those units, it like rolls a dice to figure out if it shoots that plane down. Just flat out shoots the plane down. The calculations on them seem pretty weird. I don't think about them too much. Whenever I go to war with them, I'm going to leave these guys be for like a whole turn, because they have nowhere but open space to run in my territory pretty much, and I do not want to fight this army on top of a mountain, because it'll give me a lot of unnecessary losses. So you're getting 3 shields a turn. You're getting 5. Yeah, we're definitely giving you the space. Oh, you don't even want the space. Do you? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. That does open up one for him if he wants it. Which opens up an extra one for him if he wants it. And they're just gonna go round and round. Alright, I'm just gonna hurry along their aqueducts so they can grow. Let's get a road there. Improving the hills is gonna take longer. It's a worthwhile endeavor, though. That is a Numidian mercenary, which is their version of a spearman. I guess they are better than pikemen. I think they're 2-3, which is absurdly high, and they can enslave people that they kill, either creating a captured worker or a new Numidian mercenary. I can't remember which. It's basically like the privateer thing, but it might just be turning them into workers, which is pretty cool. They're a handful of a unit. I think they're the most powerful special unit in the game, relative to when you get them. I could be wrong, but that's how I've seen them. Okay, so the rest of you guys, right, you're my forest choppers. I'm just going to start massing transports up here. I'm going to launch a couple out of the mainland, and of course I'm going to need, or I don't even know if I would call this my mainland. My starting point. But I'm going to need transports down here to continue to move my units. Now, to the best of my knowledge, certain planes can transport people, but it's not super effective. The more cities I capture over there, the easier it would be for me to ship people over, but I would have to rush a bunch of airports and stuff. It'd be tricky. Airports also let you perform like an airdrop thingy where you can just have a guy transport directly from one airport to another. I don't know if it's got any restrictions or anything on it, but I know it's a thing that they can do. Once all these places get their airports up and running, you get an airport now. You too. Some of them are going to start building bombers. I'm going to put them here. I'm going to bring my infantry over, and they're going to bomb the thing and wipe out its guys. Those are Chinese. Ah, the Hoover Dam. I forgot I was even working on that. Yeah, get a university. That's helpful. So now every city on this continent has the equivalent of a hydro plant. If they have a factory. And on top of that, they can build a second power plant, and it will not destroy either one. You can basically have 2 extra power plants with your factory if you want them. Not civil defense. Police station. Now everyone's happy. Now he's all focused on growth. I at least need some shields in there. Alright, so that's my anti-pollution task force, basically. I don't have Machu Picchu connected. I just realized that. I knew I was forgetting something. Okay, so all forests from the southern section are all cleared. So not all my cities are connected. Once I get mass production, that should allow me to build aircraft carriers, which I will build a handful of at least. These aircraft carriers are helpful and they're cool. Watch, this Chinese galley is going to sink on the privateer. Oh, nice. Yep, mess with China. That's their whole purpose. Alright. Well, I think I'm going to end this one here. I think I've gone on a little longer than I intended to. We took Rome, which was pretty simple, and not too action-packed. And now we at least control the entire island of Hispalis. And we're sending another fleet up. Hopefully next episode we can wipe out the Incans. And then have... I'll seize this city, leave one infantry behind for it. And then once we take this, I'll put the rest of them in here, and they'll be ready to move on these cities. Once I actually reach the Egyptians' last one. Because they're all so dang far away. This city I'm not going to take until I'm ready for this one. I don't know exactly how long any of that will be, because I'm going to hit the Mayans first. More likely than not, at least. So I don't plan on building... I mean, I might build carriers and submarines pretty early. I don't plan on building battleships. They're at 1812, which isn't bad. Well, I mean, it's really good. But you get a 1510 from a cruiser, which only costs 160 shields. These are 200, which... takes several turns longer, at least, if you're in a real productive city, and takes half a dozen longer if you're not in a super productive city. I'm tempted to only build destroyers, but the cruisers are pretty powerful. And they have like a longer vision range, and I think they're the ones... Hold on, let me see. Submarine... Okay, Aegis cruisers and destroyers can see them. Yeah, the regular cruisers eventually upgrade to an Aegis cruiser when you get to robotics, which... only adds a couple of things, and it's not mainly their attack, it's other stuff, but I think it lets them see very far ahead. No, just 2 squares. Basically, they use radar. There's a couple of units that use radar. Radar artillery being one of them. And so, yeah, there's some interesting things. I doubt we'll even get that far before the game ends. But I could be wrong. We'll see. Either way, next episode, we should have amphibious warfare by the end, and we'll be ready to mount our invasion of the Incans. But that's going to be it for this one. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.